when Jesus knew that all was now finished, he said, in order to fulfill the scripture,
I am thirsty.
A jar full of sour wine stood there. So they put a sponge full of the wine on a branch of hyssop and held it to his mouth.
I am the living water. Those who drink from this living water shall never be thirsty again.
What do we thirst for? Let us reflect on what Jesus is saying, offering to us in the form of living water. Jesus could have helped himself to the water in the well, and yet Jesus not only waited, but also asked the Samaritan woman to draw water for him. Jesus commands us to quench the thirst of others so that they receive the fullness of life which comes from the springs of living water. The one who created the seas needs a drink of water. Somehow, we understand that Jesus Christ is in every way man as well as God. He is forever committed to be one with you and with me. He is forever one of us. But I thirst is assurance of understanding at the throne. At the heart of God is one who knows what it is like to be human and to suffer, to be alone, to hurt, to weep, to thirst. When we hurt, Jesus hurts, for he cares. Mother Teresa of Calcutta commanded that Jesus' words, I thirst, should appear next to the cross in all her communities around the world.
The Lord is thirsty for our love, for our heart. He wants to give himself to us, and through us, he wishes to give his love to others.
I thirst. These words of Jesus spoken from the cross had a special meaning for Mother Teresa.
It is there in his Eucharist that he says to me, I thirst for your love, your sacrifices, your sufferings. I thirst for your happiness, for it was to save you that I came into the world, that I suffered and died on the cross, and in order to console and strengthen you, I left you the Eucharist. So you have there all my life, all my tenderness.
These are the words of Mother Mary of Jesus, the foundress of the Sisters of Marie Reparatrice.
This morning, with deep emotion, I celebrated Mass for Mother Teresa, an unforgettable witness of a love made concrete, an unceasing service to the poorest and most marginalized of our brethren. In the face of those in misery, she recognized Jesus' face, imploring from the cross, I am thirsty. And with generous surrender of the self, she listened to that cry from the lips and hearts of the dying, of abandoned little ones, of men and women crushed by the weight of suffering and loneliness.
An address by John Paul II. Could he have ever guessed that the one who convened this assembly on this holy hill outside this holy city, could he have ever guessed that this one was known as the Compassionate?
retrenched workers thirsting for permanent jobs. Factory workers thirsting for monthly wages. Women workers thirsting for better working conditions. Migrant workers thirsting for better treatment by the authority, thirsting for a better future in a foreign land, thirsting for love and care from the employers. Indigenous people thirsting for continuous food supply, thirsting for land rights, thirsting for non-polluted rivers, thirsting for better housing. Palm oil harvesters thirsting for safety at the working place. Rubber tappers thirsting for fair wages. Women rubber tappers thirsting for equal treatments. Myanmar refugees thirsting for better living conditions. Sri Lankan refugees thirsting for safety. Myanmar refugees thirsting for job opportunities.
Is our life perfect? What's missing? What are we thirsting for? Everyone's thirsting for something.
Sometimes you might say, I wish I was never born, while we thirst for a chance to live. You're demanding for more toys, while we're thirsting for a crumb of bread. You wish your parents would just leave you alone, while we're thirsting to experience parents' love. You're asking for more fun and freedom, while we're thirsting for a new start after abusing our freedom and messing up our lives. You're wishing for a bigger house, while we're thirsting for a roof above our heads. You're complaining about your job, while we, migrants, are thirsting for a decent wage and from being abused. You're feasting inside McDonald's, while we're eating behind McDonald's. You're abusing your rights and privileges, while we, the Orang Asli, are thirsting for our rights and privileges.
What are you thirsting for? There are many worse off than us. Do we really care? Scripture says,
In giving you receive.
in quenching their thirst, our thirst will be quenched by our loving Father. What can we do? How can we really care?